Hey, juniors, how you doing? Today is Tuesday, February the 15th. Let's take a look at what we're doing today and tomorrow in class. This video will cover both Tuesday and Wednesday, the 15th and the 16th. What we are doing is we are starting to do some analysis of our work. So last week, we asked you to find a source on Thursday. You had to do a little bit of research, find a source, submit a link to us. We're going to deal with that source on Thursday. We asked you, or we gave you then some text to be reading on Friday. We asked you to read some tests. Hopefully you got through those texts. And what we're going to do today is we're going to select one of those readings, and then we're going to do some analysis of that to understand how that message was created. So if we take a look at the doc here that gives us the instructions of what we're trying to accomplish, you'll notice here it gives you a little bit of instructions. Now, when you read this pro-con article originally, we asked you to identify if it was a pro or a con. Was it for cancel culture? Was it against? And then underline the main idea. We're going to add to that today using this key. Now, if you are at home, this is what you'll be doing. For those of us that are in class, it'll look a little bit different. And that's fine. We want you to pick one of those articles, not one side, not one on each side, one article. And then we're going to analyze that one individual article. So as you read it, we want you to read it again, and we want you to highlight the things that are logos in yellow, things that are appealing to you on a brain level, a mental level, okay? Facts, figures, numbers, statistics, examples, illustrations, definitions, things that work on the brain. We want you to highlight pathos, examples of pathos in blue. These are emotional things that get you in the heart. They engage you and make you feel happy, sad, scared, nervous, whatever. And then we want you to highlight ethos in green. Now, ethos is partially values, morality, values, ethics, but it's really a lot of credentials. I believe this because the credentials of the speaker, the credentials of the writer. Now, I might see that like in a name said so-and-so, comma, the head of whatever. Okay, I might see it in that. I might see it in the article as a whole because of what source it comes from. I don't know if your particular article will have all three. I don't think that you will see that, but you'll have at least two. And there will be multiple examples of at least two. Even if you have all three, you might only have one example of one of them, right? You only have like a little bit of ethos maybe. And that's fine. But you're definitely going to have at least two. And there will be multiple examples of those two. We had you underline the thesis or the main idea when you read this the first time on Friday. We want you to continue building on that. And so we want you to underline the supporting details. If you said the thesis was this, we want you to underline those supporting details that help establish that. And then we want you to circle the area with the best argument. Now, I don't expect to see you like do this like little funky circle around every little bit of the sentence. A big circle around an area would be fine. Now, it could be a whole paragraph. That would work. It might be just part of the paragraph, and that's fine. This just helps us see where you really keyed in on the best argument. Now, one thing to note about this, your best argument may be different than somebody else's, and that's perfectly fine. That is totally acceptable. Because all of us come to an argument with different perspectives and needs and expectations and experiences and whatever, right? So we're all going to see this differently. So don't worry that your best argument looks different than somebody else's. Because again, it's your best argument, the best argument that works for you. And we all look at this a little bit differently, okay? And then we're going to scroll down. This is pretty straightforward. We've done this before. Title of the work, the author of the work. If there is no author, please make sure to put no author. That shows us that you tried to find an author instead of just skipping it. What was the purpose of this article? Was it to persuade? Was it to inform? Or was it to entertain? Now, entertaining is pretty straightforward. It's there to be this fun thing, right? Inform, to make us smarter on a topic. Persuade is a little bit I just want you to be really clear on this. Most of persuasion is actually informing, right? I need to make you smarter on this topic and on the solution and the issues so that you will make the right decision. There's a lot of overlap there. But remember, the end goal of persuasion is to get you to change your mind, to act a certain way, to do a thing after you've read this. So think about the end goal. Even though that you look at this article, it's like, wow, there's a lot of information in there. What are they trying to accomplish? And if they're just trying to make you smarter, then it's informative. If they're trying to get you to change your mind and do something, that's persuasion. The article's position. So we want you to write one sentence. And in this one sentence, we want you to tell us where the article stands on the issue. What is their stance? Now, this sentence will have two parts. One is the topic, obviously, cancel culture, right? We're talking about cancel culture. And so we think about this is the topic. And then where does the article stand? They think it's good. They think it's bad. They think there's a lot of disadvantages. It causes a lot of issues, whatever it might be. One sentence that says the article on this topic and this position. Okay? The intended audience. Who was this originally supposedly written for? Now, the intended audience is something you're going to get maybe by reading the article and getting a sense of like, this is the information they provided. And then who would most likely need this information. But a lot of it's going to be from the source itself. Like if you have like New York Times or the Wall Street Journal or the Courier and Press or MSNBC, you pick that up, that's going to be for a general news audience, right? Like this is a news article for a news consuming general audience. But let's say it's like the Journal of Jet Propulsion. Now it's not just a general population. This is a group of researchers and scientists in a particular field, right? So think about who this was originally aimed at. The author's expertise. Now, we're going to find this in three places, one of three places. First off, it might be right below their name, right? Right above the article, right below the article. It might have like a little short 1, 2, 3 sentence bio, right? Joe Smith, he is a contributing editor and has 28 years experience in media law or whatever it might be, right? It might be there. You might be able to click on the person's name or the author's name, and that will take you to a biography page where you can find those credentials. Now, if there is no author or there's none of that information, you might be able to find it by looking at the publications about page. So you might have to go click to the home, click on the about, and read who they are. And that might give you a sense of their expertise. And again, it might be because it's a newspaper. Like if it's the New York Times, it's like the newspaper of record. Maybe the website, that it comes from has some sort of particular expertise or specialty, right? So you might have to do a little digging on that one. What drew you to this article? Now, originally, when we asked you to read this, we asked you to make some comments and some notations. Good argument. Don't understand this. This helps me. That was a great way of putting it. Hopefully, the article that you picked, you had some of those notations. But our question is, why did you pick this one? Now, if it's the shortest, let's find a better reason, right? Let's find a legit reason. What was it about this article that made you use it? Good examples, the examples that made sense to you. Maybe it was the fact that it was worded in a way that was easy to understand. Maybe you liked the position, whatever it might be. We want to know why you selected this one. And then finally, the summary. And we know that sometimes people will just read a source and grab a little piece out of it, read this piece of information they want to use, and that's it, right? We really want you to get in the habit of understanding the whole work, and having this summary helps you do that. The thing about a summary is it's a really short, brief 2, 3, 4 sentence retelling of a article. What do we need to know the basics of this article? So anyway, as you are working on this, please make sure that you're reaching out to Ms. McGuire if you have any questions at all. We do want you to be successful. We do want you to understand a little bit more about the topic. Again, we're going to start this on the 15th, Tuesday the 15th, and you will finish it and submit it on the 16th, Wednesday, February the 16th. Good luck, everybody.